What's up guys and welcome back to another tutorial. Today's tutorial is a special one because it is dedicated to a special somebody, and the name of the person is YOU, and that is you. The reason why I dedicated this tutorial to you is because you've actually subscribed to this channel, and every time I bring a new video you always smash the like button. There's something about that, and I have to dedicate the particular video to you, all in your name, YOU. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this collar design. So all you have to do for me is just to smash the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. You see, this design, you've seen it severally on several pictures, and I've got requested people asking me to make a tutorial on this. You can make this a very long collar, or you can make it a very short one. But this is the basic principle of actually doing this. So if you want it wider, you can get it, you can make your own wider, or you can make your own smaller, like as tiny as possible. But either way that you want to go, you're still going to follow this same principle. So let's start from the beginning, and we're going to construct it up to this stage. Without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Here is my senator outfit, as you can see right here. I already cut this just the basic way. In case you don't know how to cut a senator outfit, I'll put a link below, or you can just check my video gallery. I already cut out my neck, I already cut out my armhole. So these are the things that you're going to do as well before we get into it. And you can see this is a long kaftan, you can see. And this particular color you want to do, you can do it on a shirt, you can do it on a kaftan, you can do it on a cardigan, you can do it on a ready-made. It's work for anything, absolutely. So the very first thing we are going to do is to determine the depth of your neck. Here I said if you want it to be longer, like 16 inches, you can go with 16 inches. But here I just want it to be like a total of 7 inches length, which is going to be like a ready made shirt, 7 inches. And this is the fabric we're going to be using for our collar. You can see the fabric is actually of the same color with the stripe on the main fabric, on the main borders itself, same color with the stripe, right? Because I wanted to create like a contrast between the two in order to give that beauty, so that the beauty will come out. But you can use any color depending on your color of preference, right? Your choice of color, you can just create something good with it. So after I get my depth, the next thing I want to know is my wideness, the wideness of the placket in the front before it goes straight to the collar area. So here I want a total wideness of 2 inches, 2.5 inches I mean. So in order to get that, I'm going to divide my 2.5 inches into 2. Just fold your tape like this. Sorry, I had a cut in my hand, so just ignore that part. I'm trying to clean and it's not. So here, just split that fold part and simply mark that place, just like that, you see. And also at the up part as well, you're going to mark that place also. Then we are going to like rule it and connect it together. Just here like this. You can see. I'm going to bring it up as well and mark that place. So after that, I'm going to simply connect that place together. And also here, I'm going to connect it together. See that? So here, because I'm not supposed to cut it out, everything, I'm not supposed to cut that M out. I'm going to make a notch, like a notch cut at that place. So I'm just going to slant my ruler and make a notch cut. You can see that. So after getting that, the next thing I'm going to do is to simply cut it out. That's where my placket collar is going to go round. So I'm only cutting the front panel, don't cut the back panel. Don't make that mistake. So I'm just going to like cut that part out. You see? All the way like this. Just like that. And here in the front as well. So what I have. So that is the front panel. So just remove that out. So the next thing we are going to do now is to simply join the back and the front together before we calculate our length, the length of our collar. So firstly, I'm going to go ahead and join that part together so we can calculate the length of our collar and simply cut out our collar shape. So I'm going to add my shadow facing on the back panel. and do the shoulder joining together. So let me do that and show you guys. So after joining, this is what I'm going to be having. You can see that the first thing I want to do now is on this edge, on this particular edge right here, you can see that that neck shape actually curves straight. It's like sharp edge. So the first thing we're going to do now is to join that two together like this. You can see, and I'm going to make a curve. I'm going to cut that place. I'm going to cut that place curve out. You can see. So when we run our stitch, there won't be anything to like fold at the side at that place. I'm going to like just stitch it straight all the way to our neck area. So after that curve is made, after we make that first curve, the next thing now is to join our shoulder together. The joining on our shoulder, join it together. That shoulder joining just like that. You can see, join it together. And I'm going to get my center point. I'm going to get my center point at that place. So I'm just going to make a notch at that place. You see that? Easy peasy. So once you get that notch at that center part, all you have to, that is what we determine how you're going to get your length, the length that you're going to be cutting for your collar. So now the next thing we're going to do now is to measure from that place. Make sure it is balanced very well. I'm going to measure from here all the way like this, all the way like this, all the way to our notch. So as you can see right here, we have 13 inches. So now you know both side is going to be 13 inches, 13 inches, right? 13 at one side, 13 at the other side, right? So all I have to do now is just to, that's 13 plus 13, which is going to give us 26. Just fold your tape together in order to get that, which is going to give us 26. So for the sewing allowance that is going to go underneath, right? I'm going to add an extra 1 inch to that. So I'm going to have a total of 27 inches. 27 inches for my total collar length. Total collar length, I'll be having 27 inches. So just like this, I'm just going to like mark my 27 like this at this place. 27 at both sides. You can see. Now basically just cut it out. You can see. I'm just going to leave a little bit of allowance in the front before cutting it out. You see what I have here? So after getting that, the next thing we are going to do now is to shapen our collar. Now, depending on the kind of shape you want, this is where that one come in. You can make it a square shape, you can make it a curve shape, you can make it a round shape, you can make it look more like a suit. You see what we have? But here on that down part, right? On that down part, on the place in which we cut out on our front panel, I'm having a total of 2.5, right? We cut out 2.5. So here now, what we want on this place is a total of 3 inches plus the sewing allowance, right? So here, I'm going to mark 3 inches. That's where we're going to curve out on our collar. So we can have it turn up like that. You see that? So just fold it together like this. You see what I have? And here on the down part, right? I'm going to be marking my 3 inches. On the down part here, I'm going to be marking my 3 inches. You see that? So from that 3 inches, I'm going to make a curve all the way to the neck area. You can see. So I'm going to be having something like a shawl collar, like a suit shawl lapel, right? So it's going to be like a shawl. So here, I'm just going to simply cut that part out. You see? So what I have. So after getting that, the next thing I'm going to do now is to simply open it together. I'm going to cut out the entire placket. I'm going to cut it out, the center part. So make sure you're working with the wrong and right side. Make sure you don't make mistake. Just here. See that? I'm going to open it into two. Then I'll be able to like add an interfacing and do a turn up. So our edge is going to be as straight as possible. You can see, just cut it out into two. You see that? So now, after cutting it out, I'm going to mark this side, that's my wrong side, and also here wrong side. So at that place, I'm going to add an interfacing, then I can do a stitch. That cuff part is going to be the one outside. That's the one I'm going to be turning up. You see that part? You see how that cuff part is the one that I'm going to do a turn up on. So don't make that mistake of stitching that one to the fabric. So the straight part is the one we are going to be stitching to our fabric, right? So now I'm going to add this to an interfacing. After that, I'm going to stitch that cuff part so we can do it on up. So after adding an interfacing, you can see what I have here. That's the various light interfacing. So it's going to like come together. You see that? I'm going to trim out the interfacing and I'm going to simply just trim it out easily and make sure you get that edge smooth. And after that, I'm going to simply face the cuff parts to one another. You can see, and I'm going to run a straight stitch on that place all the way down. Then I can do a turn up and turn it to the right side back again. So let me run the stitch and show you guys. So you can turn it to the front. That's simple. You can see how clean that fabric is looking. So after stitching, this is what I'm going to be having. You see here. So I'm going to open that place up. Use iron to open it up and do a turn up just like this. So after the turn up, that's when we're going to stitch it to our bodice. This is what I have here. Let me give you guys a glimpse of what the stitching is going to look like. Just from here, you can see I'm going to turn it like this. You can see that. If you're enjoying the video, make sure you smash that like button. You should have smashed the like button by now. You see that? That's what that part is going to look like. So let me go ahead and give it a good ironing. So after ironing and stitching one side, you can see what I have here, all the way like that. And I'm going to stop out that notch part so that the two side is going to be accurate. So you can see what I'm going to have in here. Let me just give you guys a teaser of what the folding backward is going to look like. Just like this. You see here, you're going to give that side a good ironing and I'll be able to like turn it just like this. See? You see that? So let me go ahead and stitch the other side to the fabric. Then we can do our turn up and give it a good ironing. So let me go ahead and do that. If you're enjoying the video, make sure you smash that like button. And if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and turn on the bell notification icon to get notified when I upload a newer video. So after stitching both sides, this is what I'm going to be having. Our entire neck is going to be covered. See that? So now all we have to do now is to stitch the extra, the under one under the front panel. So just take the front panel backward like this. You can see just like this. And at this place, all you have to do is just to run a straight stitch at that end part, just like this. I'm just going to run just a straight stitch. You see what I have? Make sure it is firm and the two are actually facing one another. So from that last stitch that we make, you're going to run the stitch all the way to the second stitch at this place. So let me do that and we can do our finishing. After running the stitch, this is what I'm going to be having. You can see that that place is not as balanced as you would want it. All we have to do is just give it a good ironing with a steam iron. Make sure it is balanced. Then we can simply do our turn up. So if I'm turning it, this is what I will be looking. This is what that will be looking like. See that? See that? And all we have to do is just to use a good ironing. good ironing, and our neck is going to be like this. It's as simple as A, B, and C. Easy peasy. See what we have here? So I'm going to take this to the ironing table now and give it a thorough ironing. See what we have here? So you can make this as long as you want. You can make it 16 inches long like a normal placket, or 14 or 15, or a full complete one all the way down. And at that inside part, I'm going to cut a bias to close that inside part so that that place is not going to be open. You see what we have so far? So let me give this an ironing so you can see the clean finishing. So after ironing, you see what I have here. You see how smooth this is looking. This is a very, very beautiful color design. See what I have here. See how smooth that is. You can see that in parts. You can see that that piece is as close as possible. So you can make this long. You can make this short, depending on your preference. Any way you want it, it's going to come out very, very nice. So this is all about how to do this placket design. If you like the video, make sure you smash that like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel. All you have to do now is just to do your pocket design, do your sleeve, add your sleeve to it, and I will see you on the next